Hi, and thanks for joining me. I just wanted to give you a brief explanation of what's contained in the Design, Costing, Pricing, Profit toolkit. Now, the core of this toolkit is the set of tools that we supply. Everything else is based around those. So we start with a budget template. Without a budget, you really don't know whether your costing and pricing are correct. So we provide a sample budget template. We then get you to fill your budget into that after you've examined your profit and loss. We follow this up with some conversation scripts. So no matter how you work out your costing and pricing, you've got to be able to pitch it to a client. So here we've got some examples of how best to pitch your pricing to clients. Then we look at the costing and pricing calculator. So you take the budget that you produced at the beginning and you fit that into our costing calculator. This allows you to calculate out your hourly cost rate, your hourly sell price based on the number of people you've got, the hours worked. It also allows you to examine what would happen to your expenses if you added another staff member or if you took one away. Then we look at costing versus value mapping. So what we're doing here is introducing the whole idea of selling value. So you've got your costing and your pricing. The thing to look at is what can I add on top of my pricing for the value I'm delivering to clients. The next one is the craft and strategic matrix. What we know from our observation is as an agency or studio builds in size, their whole approach to costing and pricing changes. So we've been able to look at this and we can now say, if you're a 2-person studio and you want to get to be 5, these are the changes you need to make when you're looking at your costing and pricing. The next one, the design ladder, is a tool we've used for probably a decade and used with hundreds and hundreds of design studios, where it helps you work out just where your clients are sitting in terms of the pricing they will accept and the type of design they want, and it gives you an indicator of the sorts of fees that people are charging around Australia at that level on the design ladder. Our estimating systems gets you to look at how, when you're estimating, you are examining options for the client. So you're giving them a chance to see how different options will add to the project and what it would cost. The next one is, because you've got to sell everything to them, understanding the psychology of pricing. Pricing is not just a head figure. It's not the sort of thing that is calculated with no emotion. There is an emotional side to it, and hence this is where the psychology comes in. Finally, we've got a set of success metrics. So how do you know that you've actually succeeded in getting your costing and pricing right? And we've got some industry standards that we've been able to develop over a long time of working with design agencies. The final one is the value stack mapping. So when we take all of this that we've done and we look at a project that we're doing, using the value stack map, you can actually look at how you might be able to increase the sell value of your services based on an increased sell value for your client. So that's the Design, Costing, Pricing, Profit toolkit set of tools. If you want more information, you can just follow the link down in the comments below.